Hello everybody. Today we are going to be doing the third video for the Yanggok Speaking Club with the topic of my dream. Here is the schedule for the rest of the semester for the speaking club. So as you can see, this is the third video that we will be doing, and then we'll move on to the next topic of our hero for 2 videos, then my favorite songs for 2 videos, and famous movies. The purpose of our speaking club is to help you express your opinions about your everyday life. Now, the focus on today's lesson is how to improve your speaking. So there are 3 ways that we need to practice on how to improve the way that we speak. And those are pronunciation, enunciation, and rhythm. So first, pronunciation is basically how do you say it. So some examples. So if I take the English letters EA, in Korean that can be interpreted as an E or an E sound. Okay, here are the examples. I read this book yesterday and I will read this book tomorrow. So we can see that we have read and read that are spelled exactly the same, but then how do you pronounce it is the important part. How do you say it? So I will say it as read, or I'll say it as read. The next examples. So in English we have EU, and in Korean that can either be interpreted as the U or an U. So here are the examples. We have New York City, and then we have I threw the ball. So we have new and threw. The next one, so for Korean we have the U sound, and that can be interpreted with a EW or an OUGH or a OO or a U letter. So there are lots of ways in English, and now the question is, how do we pronounce it? So we can say I threw the ball, I walked through the doors, your statement is true, and I like to watch cartoons. So everything makes the U sound, but different letters for English. And then the last one, we have 2 states in America. The one is called Kansas, and what do you think the other one is called? Okay, so now the confusing part is that it's not Arkansas, it's weird, and it is pronounced Arkansas. So here you can see in Hangul we have Kansas, and then we have Arkansas. 2 completely different ways of pronouncing very similar words. So these are just the different ways of pronunciation. In Korean, pronunciation is very, very easy because it follows rules. English doesn't have as many rules, which makes it very confusing and hard to learn, unfortunately. So we have enunciation this time. How well do you say it? So basically, like speaking clearly so that other people can hear what you are saying. So a very common way that a lot of people would say this word, okay, I want you to try say it, all right? And now the common way that many people make a mistake is they say water. But that's not very good enunciation. You should say water, okay? And the next one, how would you say this? Give you a second. Okay, again, and lots of people make the mistake and say mirror. But for good enunciation, you will say mirror. And the last one is quite fun. How do you pronounce this word? And how would you enunciate it? So this is also bad. So the bad enunciation is squirrel. And the good enunciation to practice is squirrel. It's a very tricky word. And enunciation isn't very important. English is only your second language, but if it is something that you can practice, then that will help you a lot. Okay, and the final one that we're going to work on is rhythm. So how well do your words flow? So we have the statement, hello, my name is Bruce. It is nice to meet you. So bad rhythm is if I were to say, hello, my name is Bruce. It is nice to meet you. So it doesn't sound as nice, the words don't flow as well. So then the proper way is to make it all come together. So hello, my name is Bruce. It is nice to meet you. Okay, so this is just something small that we want you to practice. So now the activity that we have for you is very simple, and it is something that we want you to practice your pronunciation, enunciation, but most importantly, I want you to practice your rhythm when you speak. So the activity is I want you to find a short poem or a limerick online. Practice your pronunciation, enunciation, and rhythm. And then you can present, and so we can hear you. So for poems and limericks, you can see the blue dots are words that rhyme, and the green dots are the words that rhyme. So there was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." And this is by Edward Lear. This is his limerick. So we can see beard, feared, and beard again all rhyme, and then hen and wren by the green dots also rhyme. So with rhyming, the last part of the word often sounds the same. So examples of rhyming words are like cat. So bat, fat, hat, mat, pat, rat, and sat. Okay? We can go a bit more complicated. So we have bed, then dead, fed, head, read, read, and said. So it doesn't just have to be the same letters, it has to be the same sound. Does it sound the same? Now let's do the last complicated example. So fire, admire, buyer, desire, dryer, hire, liar, liar, sire, tire, and wire. So you can see all those words are spelt very differently, but they all sound the same. And that's the important part about rhyming. So here is my example of a limerick that I found on the internet. Okay. An elderly man called Keith mislaid his set of false teeth. They'd been laid on a chair, he'd forgotten they were there, sat down and was bitten beneath. Okay, so what I really like about the limericks is that they're short and funny, but they also have a nice way of flowing, that they sound like a bit like a song, and that's what I want you to practice. The limerick sounds like a lot of fun when you listen to it. Okay, so that has been our activity and our lesson for today. I hope you practice a lot and I hope you learned something from this lesson. I shall see you all very soon. Until then, have a good day. Bye bye.